Okay, Patriots, Crazy Hawk 99 coming at you with a tabletop on a rifle project we worked on here recently. This particular one is going to be an 18-inch SPR type of a firearm. SPR stands for Special Purpose Rifle, and really what that means in military terms for the most part is a rifle that was designated for a marksman as opposed to a traditional carbine. Like an M4 or whatever, so it'd be a little bit more precision oriented. By no means is it a sniper platform or anything like that, but something that has a little more capability at some ranges more extended than an M4 or something like that would be capable of. So what we've got here is this rascal we put together. It is a 5.56 gun, not light by any stretch of the imagination. This particular configuration. Starting at the front, this is a Stag Arms. I think they call it the G3 muzzle device. So this is a compensator, not a muzzle brake. So not going to do anything for recoil, felt recoil, but it should keep the firearm on target fairly well, compensating for muzzle rise. And I mean, it's a 5.56 gun, so you're not worried too much about recoil anyway. There's really no significant recoil with a 5.56 for most people. Moving back, we've got a Stag Arms 18-inch vented heavy barrel. It is 416R stainless. I think it's a 1 in 8 twist. I don't know if it says on here or not. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. You won't be able to because you won't know either. But I believe this is a 1/8 twist barrel. Like I said, 416R stainless. Nice looking barrel, if not a little bit heavy. And around the barrel, we've got a Sampson Manufacturing VRS handguard or rail system. It's not an M-lock system. It does use Picatinny sections like this one I've put on here. You can move it around if you want. And I've got a couple other sections that can go on for a light or whatever as well. Keeps the weight down a little bit. And underneath that, we've got a Aero Precision adjustable gas block. Now, full disclaimer, I've not yet fired this thing. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm waiting for it to be just a couple degrees warmer. It's not real bad outside, but in my older years here, I've become a thermal wuss, shame to say. So I haven't fired it yet, so it's not tuned in or dialed in. For that matter, I haven't even function checked it to make sure that it works, but it will. Aero Precision adjustable gas block. Now, as adjustable gas blocks goes, this one is on the budget end of the spectrum, to be honest with you. I've never used the Aero Precision adjustable gas block before. Had this in my inventory, so I put it on there, see how it goes. Initial impressions, not overly impressed. I think it'll function fine as it's intended to function, but one thing I noticed is the detents are not very noticeable when you're turning it with the Allen wrench. So I turned it all the way open like I'm supposed to. You're supposed to count the detents. I really couldn't. I had to look and see when it was open. But as far as adjusting it won't be ideal like that, but it'll be functional. So I don't expect any problems there, but like I said, it's not my favorite right out of the shooting block. Moving on back where we got upper receiver is a stripped Aero Precision receiver, and below that we've got a Ballistic Advantage stripped lower. Now most of you probably know Ballistic Advantage and Aero Precision are pretty much kin, if you will, for lack of better words. I think the companies are tied together for products. But the fitment of these two receivers together is why I put them together. The fitment's really well. The Aero Precision, name speaks for itself when it comes to receivers. It's not their M4 E1. It's their traditional mil-spec style of threaded upper receiver. But and then going down there to the Ballistic Advantage, it's a mil-spec-ish receiver. It does have a tensioning screw under the grip area, like some of the nicer receivers do, that allows you to take some of the wiggle out of the upper and lower receiver. You can tune that in before you put the grip on. So we've done that. It's pretty solid. It's a pretty nice setup right now. Inside, excuse me, inside what we have in here is a mil-spec parts kit, a lower parts kit, except for the trigger. It's got a drop-in POF USA cassette style or drop-in style trigger, which is about a 4.5 pounds supposedly. I didn't measure it. I have a trigger gauge, but I never use it. But it is a nice, crisp. There's no take up. It just breaks. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie. Super nice reset there. So that I expect that to feel nice shooting it, that trigger. We've got ambidextrous safety. This is a DS Arms ambidextrous safety. We've got a Baston Arms custom dust cover, and I think this is this extended mag release button paddle is I believe it's a Battle Arms development. And then flipping over to the other side, we've got a Strike Industries enhanced bolt release lever, and the mag catch is also Baston Arms. It's got a little cool etching on the side there. Got I think this is the trigger guard is a Midwest Industries trigger guard there to get a little more room in the trigger well. And the grip is a Magpul MOE Plus. And when you see it, Magpul's furniture, particularly the grips, when it says plus, it means it's rubber overmolded. So it's a little grippier than normal. Instead of just having stippling to give you that grip, it's actually a semi-tacky rubber, or it is a tacky rubber, but just doesn't stick to you. But that's pretty nice. And the MOE grip I find is a little bit bigger than some of their other grips, and so I'm not saying you need a big hand to shoot it, because I don't certainly have big hands, and it feels good in my hand. But some of their grips that I tend to like, people with big hands would probably not like them because they are a little small. Inside here, we've got a Toolcraft nickel boron bolt carrier group. Toolcraft is a quality item for those that are familiar. At least I believe they are. If you don't, by all means, leave a comment. I want to back up to this Sampson Mfg VRS handguard for a minute, and I'll just say, of all the handguards I've put in, this lockup system is quite unique. I can't even begin to explain it, but I'm just going to say it's unique. It is a little, I'm not going to say problematic, but it's kind of tedious to just get this system together. And I don't think Sampson, I don't know if they're still making the VRS or not, but I know in some of their other handguards I've put on more recently, I've had this handguard for quite a while in my inventory, but just never used it on a project. But some of their more recent ones I've used were nice handguards too, but they're not using this same installation system, and it's probably because it's a little finicky. But I will say this handguard will not rotate unless the barrel loosens up. That's just all there is to it. It's not going to rotate. It's pretty solid. Okay, coming on back, we got the mil-spec carbine buffer tube, and behind it here for a buttstock, we've got the Magpul PRS Lite. This is the first time I've handled the PRS Lite. I put the regular PRS on a 6.5 Creedmoor build we did last year, and I was very impressed with the PRS. PRS Lite I'm also impressed with. And why is it light? Well, it's lighter, but it's also lighter in function. The standard PRS, or the main PRS, has a wheel back here that you can adjust the length of pull. So you can come out, just push your butt pad out a little bit, and that's adjustable with just a wheel you can adjust. And your comb also can adjust with a wheel where it moves up and down. These are fixed into position, but adjustable with an Allen wrench. You stick, like for the comb, if you want to raise your cheek weld up a little bit, there's a slot here, put an Allen wrench in here, you turn it to where you want it, and then it's set. And kind of the same thing for the butt pad. You can adjust a little more length to pull into it. It's just not quick adjustable. And it doesn't need to be. Normally you're going to set your rifle up for yourself once you adjusted it. Same thing with collapsible stocks. This one's not. This is we consider a fixed stock. But once you have a collapsible stock set up, the only time you ever move that, generally speaking, is if you're putting it in a case because it won't fit anymore, so you collapse it, or if you're handing it to somebody else that has a different length of pull preference than you do. So collapsible stocks for the average shooter are probably overrated. We all like them, they're sexy, there's features, but at the end of the day, simplicity is desirable sometimes, and this certainly is. And I'll be honest with you, I'm impressed with it. I like it, and I'll probably put more of these on some of my builds in the future. The price point's pretty good. I don't know what the MSRP is. 86 bucks, 85 bucks, something like that at Brownells right now. That's not MSRP, that's their price. MSRP is obviously more than that, probably at least 25%. Now the this is the PRS Lite. The PRS, considerably more. It's at least 100 bucks more. You're getting a lot more stock for it, but you're also paying a lot more for it. It does have a QD mounts for sling on either side. Well, I should say on one side. I guess you can move it over. And it's got a slot here for a sling if you use a traditional sling buckle system. What didn't we talk about? The charging handle, the mil-spec charging handle with a Strike Industries extended latch on it. That's, as you've seen my builds before, that's my go-to latch. These Magpul, this MOE grip anyway, some of the others has a little compartment down here you can put a spare battery if you've got a red dot or whatever the case may be. You can put some stuff in there, pack of chewing gum, whatever. You know, Harper doesn't like guns. She's sounding off. I think that's about it. Oh, optics. I'm a little embarrassed to talk about this optic, but I'm gonna, because I had it in the inventory on the shelf. It's a low dollar Amazon mount, 1-inch mount, and then the scope is a Bushnell custom gold. I think it's a, what is it, 3 to 10, I want to say. Yeah, 3 to 10 power. We're talking low dollar here. That's what I had. I'm hoping it's still fun with it. There's not a lot of, I don't have a lot of money tied into it. It's a little embarrassing because it's actually, the features wise, this firearm has every reason to get the job done. So we'll hope the scope doesn't let it down. And if it does, it's easy enough to swap that out. But the one thing I don't like about it is the eye relief on this scope. You have to be pretty close. That's why the buttstock isn't any further out than it is, because I'm having to be, just to give you an idea, right around here. Nope, no, not much closer than that right there to get a nice eye relief for the optic. But we'll see how it goes. They don't carry this scope anymore. I tried to look it up on Bushnell's site. Hush, hush. They don't carry it anymore. There's probably a reason for that, but we'll find out. Harper, no, come here, come. She won't come because I'm holding the gun. She's getting better about it, but not that you can tell. But anyway, I think that's it. By all means, if y'all have any questions, comments, sarcasm, or serious, I don't care. Bring it. You know, put it down in the comments, and we'll get to it. Otherwise, hopefully, give me a like and a subscribe as usual. We'll see you on the next project.